how have you decided to come to Bulgaria?
We were fed up with living and working in the UK for 6 days a week just in order so that we could pay the mortgage on the house that we lived in, so that we'd get to spend maybe a day together each week if we were lucky. Maybe in a month we'd probably have 2 days free that we could spend together. And we thought that if we sold the property that we had in the UK and came over here, we'd be able to set up a small bed and breakfast, which has always been an idea that we've had for years, and enable us to spend more time together, which most of the time is okay.
In the bar. No tomato. I'm still waiting for it.
Oh yeah, no, that was initially we thought we'd need lots of things to do and we thought we'd be really bored. So we did have extra plans. One of them was to do a bar, sort of juice bar, something a little bit different.
So you decided to come to Bulgaria, and how did you proceed with this?
We spent a long time looking through thousands of adverts for houses on the internet.
You did
really
a lot. You did a lot though, didn't you?
Days and days on end we looked for. And then we settled upon a couple of areas that we were interested in and contacted a few agents, including yourself, in one of those areas. And then I came out by myself to look at a few properties, met with I think 3 agents in all. And after 2 days I decided that we were going to go with you, buddy, because I felt quite confident and you seem to be very good at communication, and it's the houses you were showing me were better than the other ones.
Convincing.
We looked around at a number of houses and there was a particular reason that we settled on this one. We'd been in Bulgaria 18 months prior to that on a holiday, and we visited this village and really quite fallen in love with it.
Yeah, it's very nice.
And during that holiday we'd taken some photographs of a few buildings around the village, and this house was one of them. We had video footage and some still photography, and at that point we had no intention of ever moving to Bulgaria, so we took it as a sort of
a sign. I didn't say who it was a sign from. But that it was meant to be, you know, it was meant to be.
Serendipity.
Yeah, that's a better word.
Yeah.
So I think we let Vladdy know on that day that this was the place we wanted, and he informed the owners, who were happy to sell, despite what I said earlier. And from then the process was quite a lengthy one, but it went very smoothly, and throughout it all we were kept informed by email and phone calls, and we never felt like we were outside the loop. We always felt like we knew what was going on.
Yeah, we had a lot of renovation to do, a lot of work.
Yeah, we had the whole place, new walls inside and out, new floors, rewired, replumbed, 2 bathrooms, put in some remodelling of the walls and windows as well. But all that went really well. Again.
And I remember at the time Violet was really, really helpful with lots of different ideas and things like that, especially for the doors through to the bedroom and where to put the windows and so
in the wall mainly. We found that to be we tried them in the middle of the room, but it didn't really work. There's one in the floor, I remember.
So I have to live with?
Yeah, after his door.
So you came here in 2005 and started your bed and breakfast business?
We opened the bed and breakfast in the spring of 2006. Yeah, it's around May when we got the licence.
But yeah, running the guest house has been good fun, hasn't it? We seem to be busy from sort of early spring, April, May, and then sort of gets to October and it quietens down a little bit.
So it goes quite good.
Yeah. And this year has been the best year so far.
Yeah.
So it's been our busiest.
We made it into some of the more popular guidebooks last year, Lonely Planet and Rough Guide, and that seems to be, has increased the business quite a lot.
Yeah. I think 40% of our, what should we plug for Lonely Planet? 40% of our business came from Lonely Planet this year.
Oh, excellent.
So we're very pleased with Lonely Planet.
Okay. Any problems you found here? Neighbours? What could you say about them?
The neighbours were very, very kind to us when we first arrived. They made us feel very welcome and constantly arrived at the door bearing gifts. I remember the very first morning after the first night we'd spent in the house, and the lady across the road came and tapped on the front door, and with the very few words of Bulgarian that we knew at the time, we managed to understand from her that she'd made us breakfast and that Vladdy had told her that neither Jerry or I ate meat, so she'd made us some just plain egg omelettes for breakfast, which were lovely. And 3 hours later she came back to the door and knocked again, and she cooked up a big bean stew for us, which lasted for a few days. And that was the first of many sort of gifts that were brought here and invitations that we got to people's houses and out for dinner every second night for the first few months we were here.
I think it was all a real big novelty as well because we were the first
Family moved here.
Yeah, first family to move, and they couldn't understand, that we'd moved here permanently. Were we going to go back in the winter to the UK? And they were very surprised, weren't they, that we were going to stay.
Yeah, so was I. Now winter's some of my favourite time here.
Yeah. But like member of the family, really, they treated us that, and they still treat us like that, but differently now. It's more relaxed and more genuine, and they'll actually come and ask us for favours and for help.
Yeah, at first I think we were treated as a bit of a novelty, but now we're just part of the village.
Yeah.
The main tourist interest in the region is the lake that's just a couple of 100 yards from the front door here. It's a haven for a massive range of wild birds during mainly from the spring to autumn we get the biggest numbers and range of species, but during the winter months we do get some rare geese as well. So at first, a lot of our guests were really keen bird watchers, but over the years it seems that that's spread to more just people with a general interest in wildlife or getting out into wild places and spending time there. So we tend to get less avid and ardent bird watchers now, but just
nature lovers.
Yeah.
And people just want to come and relax and get away from everything and just chill.
One of the nice things has been that we now get lots of guests from Bulgaria as well.
Yeah.
Which we didn't at first, I guess. It was very difficult because we didn't have to share any of the language at all, so we found it difficult to take inquiries, but over the years that's increased quite a lot.
So you have guests from Bulgaria now?
Yes, yeah. We've had a lot of inquiries for Christmas and New Year, but it's from big groups. The same as last year, 8 and 10 people, and of course we can't accommodate.
Actually, after we bought the house, I must say we were really grateful for the amount of aftercare that we got from Konstantin and Vladi, because we were really fish out of water when we arrived here. We spoke about 5 words of the language. We couldn't read any of the language. We didn't know how to find our way around. We didn't know where to go to get a telephone installed. We didn't know where to go to get a TV. We didn't know anything at all.
Absolutely everything.
And we often got ourselves into situations where we needed a very good translator on the end of a phone straight away. And every time we ever tried to phone Vladi and Konstantin, they always responded perfectly at the time and helped us out with 1,001 problems that we'd still be struggling with now.
And they weren't relevant, they were just bizarre things. I remember phoning Konstantin up, I need help with this, or Vladi, I need help, they're putting antifreeze in my car and I don't know what they're doing. Here, you speak to them. So little things like that where I was struggling, I thought I had, I could cope at the time, but you were like little saints at the end.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Brilliant.
It was the best bit of the service.
Thank you.
Because I'm sure that there are lots and lots of agents who just take your cash and then disappear. Don't want to know. And here you are.
Can you just point the gun away? It's really making me feel nervous.